Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is something that directly affects almost every American social security, whether you are currently receiving benefits, expect to collect them soon, or you are just planning ahead for retirement. You will want to pay close attention to what's happening in 2025. Big changes are already underway in President Trump's new term. Changes that could impact you or someone you love. And trust me, some of these changes are so dramatic. You will be surprised they haven't made bigger headlines yet. Before diving into the details, if you are a Social Security recipient and new to the channel, please subscribe for more news and updates on Social Security. Now, in fact, just within the first 100 days of Trump's second term, the Social Security Administration has seen more changes it has in decades. And these aren't just minor policy updates, they are sweeping reforms led by a brand new government group called Doge, short for the Department of Government Efficiency. What even more surprising is that Elon Musk is playing a major role behind the scenes in shaping these changes. Some people are calling it a long overdue update, while others see it as a dangerous shift that should threaten a system over 70 million Americans rely on every single month. Now, so what's really happening? Let's break it down. The first major change is in a leadership and vision. President Trump brought in a team that claims to be focused on improving how government systems work, especially Social Security. That's where the new group Dodge comes in. Their mission is to eliminate what they call government waste and improve efficiency. The name may sound playful, but the impact has been anything but backed in part by Elon Musk. Dodge started pushing for big reforms almost immediately. Well, one of the first thing they did was begin modernizing the daily operations of the Social Security Administration. This included using artificial intelligence to handle calls of SSA call centers, launching a new system called PI that automates how job and income information gets reported to the Social Security Administration, and even revamping the way disability hearing are conducting by using software that records and transcribes them. These updates are being prompted as technological breakthroughs. The SSA claims they'll save over $1 billion in costs and help speed up decisions. Especially when it comes to disability claims. In fact, under a new law called the Social Security Fairness Act, yes, the SSA has already paid out nearly $15 billion in retroactive payments. On paper, these changes seem like huge wins, but the truth is more complicated. With these upgrades come serious concerns, and that's where things start to get personal for many Americans. One of the biggest issues people are raising right now is privacy. There are actually a court ruling recently that stopped Dodge engineers from accessing sensitive social security data like people's bank account information and medical records. Why? Because some of the Dodge stuff didn't have a proper security clearance to handle that level of personal data. That's rare and a big deal. Normally, this kind of information is highly protected. The fact that a court had to intervene raised a lot of red flags, well, and for good reasons. Well, critics are now questioning whether this new agency has too much power too quickly, and it doesn't stop there. Another huge concern is what's happening with staffing inside the Social Security Administration. Well, since January 2025, over 3,000 Social Security Administration employees have either retired or quit, and around 2,000 more were reassigned to Fortune customer service roles. Supporters of the reform say this move is smart. It puts more stuff face to face with the public, but insiders say that it's actually hurting the quality of service. Field offices across the country are now operating by appointment only, but people, especially seniors, still walk in needing help. This has led to long lines, delays, and frustration. One SSA worker even said they get just 10 minutes per visit. Well, which isn't nearly enough when someone is dealing with a serious issue like missing benefits or needing to improve their life. Yes, you heard that right. More people are being wrongly marked as deceased. Imagine logging into your bank account only to find that your social security check didn't arrive because the SSA accidentally labeled you as dead. It sounds absurd, but it's been happening. And while the agency claims it has a system in place to fix these kinds of mistakes, once a trust is broken, it's hard to win back. Now let's talk about the money side of Social Security. Because this is where things get really controversial. One of the Trump's biggest campaign promises was to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits. On the surface, that sounds amazing for retirees. More money in their pockets, less going back to the government. But policy experts are warning that this idea could actually hurt the system in the long run. Here is why Social Security is already facing a serious funding crisis. If nothing changes, the trust fund that pays out benefits in is projected to be depleted by 2034. After that, it would only be able to pay out about 79% of what's promised. Eliminating taxes on benefits might help individuals short term. But it also means less money going into the system, making the funding crisis worse and come faster. Well, some, like former SSA Commissioner Martin O'Malley, are suggesting a different solution, removing the income cap. Right now, workers only pay Social Security taxes on the first $176,100 of their earnings. That means a millionaire stops contributing early in the year, while middle income earners pay into it all year long. Omli argues that if all income were taxed, not just the first portion, the system could bring in over $3 trillion over the next decade. That would be enough to keep Social Security afloat. But so far, the current administration hasn't shown interest in that plan. Instead, they are considering something even more controversial. Optional private investment accounts. This would allow Americans to invest a part of their social security contributions in the stock market. Some people love this idea, it gives them more control over their money, but others warn it's risky. Social security has always been a guaranteed benefit, and investing in the market adds uncertainty. Well, what happens if there's a crash? Well, right before you retire, you could lose years of savings in an instant. Well, now another issue stirring up public frustration is how misinformation is being used to justify some of these changes. For example, a government official recently suggested that only scammers would complain if checks stopped going out for a month. Well, that's a shocking thing to say when millions of people rely on those checks for rent, food, and medicine. It shows a lack of empathy and understanding of how vital these benefits are. Well, then there is Elon Musk's claim that millions of dead people are still receiving social security benefits. Yes, the SSA responded quickly, saying that while some records might not show death dates, those individuals aren't actually being paid. Still, even rumors like that can erode public trust and create unnecessary panic. So what does that mean for you? If you are currently receiving benefits, you need to be extra vigilant. Well, monitor your payments, check your account status regularly, and report any strange delays or errors immediately. Well, this is very, very important. If you are still working, these changes could shape the kind of retirement system you will be depending on someday. From how your wages are reported using the new PI system to the idea of investing your contributions, the future of retirement is shifting, and it could affect your planning in major ways. Well, even if you think this doesn't apply to you right now, but remember, your parents, grandparents, or neighbors may be relying on Social Security. When a system this large goes through rapid changes, it affects more people than we think. Well, it rapidly reach everyone eventually. Well, so what can you do? First, stay informed. Don't just skim the headlines. Ask questions and understand what's actually happening. Second, build other safety nets for your future, whether it's adding more to your retirement account, starting a side hustle, or simply budgeting better. Well, the more flexible you are, the better you will handle unexpected changes. And finally, speak up. Yes, speak up. If something seems wrong or unfair, don't stay silent. Contact your representatives, share your experiences, and help ensure your voice is heard. Well, have you had any varied experience with Social Security this year? Maybe a missing deposit, a strange letter, or even something positive with the new systems? Well, let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.